Welcome, children, to our English grammar class. Today we shall learn about modal verbs. So let's get into an intro to modal verbs. Modal verbs or semi modal verbs belong to the verb family. So before going into modal verbs, let's have a quick recap about verbs. Remember, the verb is the third part of speech in the English language. A verb is a word that shows action or state of being in a sentence. Example, the dog barks loudly. Barks is your verb which shows action, and the verb always describes what the subject of the sentence is doing. So the subject is the dog. The work of the verb is to tell what the subject does in a sentence. Now, verbs can be classified into main verbs and auxiliary verbs. The main verbs usually are action verbs and they show action like play, jump, feel, etc. The main verbs are also called as principal verbs or root verbs. Now, the auxiliary verbs are helping verbs or linking verbs. They are called so because they usually help the main verbs. Now, there are 24 in number and they are categorized into three: the primary auxiliary, which are 11 in number, the modal auxiliary verbs, which are 9 in number, and the semi modal or the quasi modal verbs are 4 in numbers. Now, the primary auxiliary includes the be verb, have verb, and do verb. The be verbs are am, is, are, was, were. Have verbs have, has, had, and the do verbs do, does, did. The full modals are can, could, may, might, shall, should, will, would, and must. The semi modals ought to, used to, need, and dare. Now let's come to modal verbs. What is a modal verb? A modal is a helping verb or auxiliary verb, just like the be verb, do verb, or have verb. It expresses a mood. Modal means expressing mood. Mood is a way to express the attitude of the speaker or writer. Now, what are these attitudes? We shall see later in the session. Now, characteristics of modal verbs. Modal auxiliaries always go with the main verb, they cannot stand alone. Now, this is very important. Let's see the example. John can speak English very well. Can is your modal auxiliary, speak is your main verb. So, you cannot say John can English very well. It will make no sense. So, remember, modal auxiliaries always go with the main verb. Modal auxiliaries don't undergo changes according to person and number of the subject. They never change their form. You can't add s, ed, ing. So this yes is used in the simple present tense, ed is used in the past tense, and ing in the continuous tense. Whatever the tense be, your modal auxiliaries don't change. Only the base form of the verb should be used after modal auxiliary. So the base form, that is the V1 form or the present tense form of the main verb, will be used along with the modal auxiliaries. Now, functions of modal auxiliaries are the attitudes that they express. First, ability or capacity, meaning is skill to do things. Possibility, may be true, may happen. Probability, likely. Certainty, being sure or confident. Permission means to allow. Obligation means duty bound. Necessity, need or requirement. Request, asking politely. Prediction, foretelling. Offer, ready to do. Wish, desire. Suggestion, a plan. Advice, guidance, intention, aim. Now, prohibition or lack of shows that you have to add not to make the negatives. So, ability in the positive, to show the negative, you have to, it will become inability, then you have to add not to make it into a negative. So, can will become can't or cannot. Impossibility, improbability, and uncertainty take negative forms. Let's continue, children, with modal verbs. Let's see what are the modal verbs. Can, could, may, might, Shall, should, will, would, must. Now let's see their usage. First, let's begin with can. Can shows ability, possibility, permission, request, and offer. Let's see the examples. I can speak English very well. Can shows ability here. Smoking can cause cancer. This can shows possibility. Can I use your umbrella? Shows permission. Can you open the door, please? It shows a request. Can I help you, mom? It's an offer. So we see that the same can be used in 5 different contexts. Could shows ability, possibility, permission, suggestion, request, and offer. He could swim well when he was 5 years old. Could shows ability. Don't eat that mushroom. It could be poisonous. Possibility. Could you tell me the way to the bus stop, please? It's a permission. You could wear the pink shoes. Could shows suggestion. Could I open that window? It's a request. If you call me, I could help you. This could shows offer. So, different contexts, the same could modal can be used. May shows possibility, permission, request, wish. It may rain tomorrow. It's a possibility. May I come in, please? This may shows permission. May I make a phone call? It's a request. May the new year bring you happiness? It's a wish. Might shows possibility, probability, suggestion, and request. I might go on a holiday to Australia next year. Might shows possibility. I might get sick. Probability. You might try this cake. Might shows suggestion. Might I borrow your book? It's a request here. Shall shows intention, obligation, offer, suggestion. I shall buy the blanket, whatever the cost. Here, shall shows intention. You shall wear your ID card at all times. Shall shows obligation. Shall I clean the table? It's an offer. Shall we begin dinner? It's a suggestion. Should shows advice, obligation, offer, suggestion, prediction. You should be kind to animals. This should shows advice. We should love our neighbor. Should shows obligation. Should I stay here tonight? It's an offer. Your hair is too long. You should have a haircut. This should shows suggestion. Salary should go up next year. Should shows prediction here. Will shows intention, probability, request, prediction, and certainty. I will do better next time. Will shows intention. It will rain today. Its probability. Will you help me with my homework? Here it is a request. There will be a storm tomorrow. This will shows prediction. The train will be here soon. This will shows certainty. Would shows probability, request, offer. He would come to attend the party. Probability. Would you pass me the salt, please? Would shows request. Would you like another piece of cake? This would shows offer. Must shows certainty, obligation, probability, suggestion, and possibility. Plants must get sunlight and water to grow. Must shows certainty. You must wear a seat belt when you drive. It's obligation. She must be sick. Probability. You must drink a lot of water in summer. It's suggestion. He worked for 12 hours. He must be tired. Possibility. So we see that the modal auxiliaries can be used in different contexts. The same auxiliary can be used in different contexts. Now these are the negative forms of modal verbs, children. Just have a look at them, go through them. You can use it in the negative forms. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Thank you.